What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Tabletop Casuals. My name's Steven, and I'm here today with my friend Ian to play a game of Warhammer 40K. We're going to play a 1,000-point game of his Atlantean Spears versus my Alpha Legion. And I should also mention that Ian has his own tabletop and hobby channel, which I will be linking down in the description below. All right, Ian, let's get to it. All right, Ian, why don't you show us what you're running today for a 1,000-point list?
All right, so today I'm running with my Terminators with my Captain. Might use them in Deep Strike, might not. Got my Dreadnought, forgot what he's called. What's he called?
Ballistus Dreadnought.
Ballistus Dreadnought. Got my Stern Guard, my Infernus Squad. Not sure if I'm going to do 10-man squad or 5-man squad. We'll see. Got my Librarian in Terminator armor. I'm not attaching him to the Terminator, just preference based. Got my Lone Wolf Lieutenant in Phobos armor, I believe. And my Apothecary Biologist that I'm running today. All come from the Leviathan box.
And this chapter is called the Atlantean Spears, which is pretty sick. And I love the paint scheme you got going with them. All right, going over my list, to start with our heavy weapons, we have a Forge Fiend with triple ectoplasmic cannons. His name's Pickles. We have an Obliterator squad named Cameron and Justin. We have two Havoc squads. One of them's more anti-infantry and the other one's more anti-tank. I've got a kind of shooty 5-man squad of just regular legionaries. And then I have a big 10-man squad of legionaries. All these guys have Mark of Corn. And I have my Dark Apostle and his two little followers leading in the front. Going over our deployment, Ian and I are going to be playing Sweeping Engagement. Our secondary missions are going to be Cleanse and Extend Battle Lines. Our primary mission is going to be Scorched Earth. So we are trying to basically take objectives. We get 5 points, 5 victory points per objective, maximum of 10, but we can burn the objectives and remove them from play. And the defender's secondary missions are going to be behind enemy lines and investigate signals. Right, and now we will see who is attacker and defender. Oh, dang. All right, roll again.
Let's go.
All right, so it looks like Ian is going to be attacking, and he's going to take from this corner all the way over to, looks like half, this about right here on the board. And I'm going to be on that side. Now we are going to roll for deployment. All right, so it looks like Ian gets to deploy first also. Starting with the attacker's side, Ian has chosen to deploy 2 5-man Infernus squads and his Lone Wolf over here. He's got his Stern Guard and his Terminator Captain right there. And then going over here, it looks like he's deployed his Magos Biologist, or not Magos Biologist, his Apothecary Biologist, his Terminators, and he has his Dreadnought all the way back here, because he doesn't want it to get sniped off the board. I deployed my one of my Havoc squads. I've got Pickles and a 5-man team of my legionaries right there. I've got this home objective secured. Got some Havocs on that. I got a 10-man squad with the Dark Apostle. And then I have my Obliterators staying in Deep Strike. And just going over the board, we've got one objective right here in the middle. I'd like to think this is maybe some abandoned planet or something like that, church right there. We got maybe some abandoned buildings over here with, we'll call that Victory Hill and Death Valley or something. And then Ian has got some dudes over here by this hill and this rock. on this objective, and then there is another objective right there. So we got that objective, that objective, that objective in no man's land. There's my home objective. This is his home objective. So Ian has ended his movement phase for turn 1. He moved an Infernus squad and took that objective along with his lone wolves close behind him. He's got his Stern Guard and Infernus looking to take the church. He's left his Terminator just on this point right here. The Ballista's Dreadnought, he has moved to probably take a shot over at Pickles. And his Terminators have taken the objective by the shack. Time to get on to the shooting phase. All right, so Ian has decided his Ballista's Dreadnought is going to shoot my Forge Fiend Pickles. 2 shots, trying to get 3 ups.
Do I have Oath the Moment on him?
Yeah, you should have Oath the Moment.
Double check. Yep. Oath the Moment. Beautiful. Let's go.
All right, both of them hit.
And I have Strength 12.
He is Toughness 10, so you're hitting or wounding on 3s.
3s.
Well, you get to re-roll them. Oath the Moment.
Oath the Moment, yes. Beautiful. Okay, 1.
All right, so 1 hits, and now I get to make my saving throw.
AP -3.
Saving on 5 up invuln. All right, how much damage does he take?
D6 plus 1. 6.
Dang, so he's at half already. All right, so now he's going to fire his crack missiles at Pickles.
3 up. Oath the Moment. Alright, both hit. And I need to... I have Strength 10.
Alright, so wounding on 4s.
4s.
You want to count the bottom?
Off the Moment. Okay, just 1.
All right, just 1.
D6.
AP.
Do that. Yeah. -2.
All right, save it on 5. Oof.
All right, and then a D6 for damage. 5.
Damn. So that's the end of Ian's shooting phase. Did a decent bit of damage. Killed one of my legionaries. Got Pickles down to 1 wound. And other than that, he hasn't really done much. This is what the board looks like. So on to my movement phase. And that's the end of my movement phase. So I moved this 10-man squad of legionaries up to here. Plan on charging these Infernus Marines, getting them off that objective. Left my Havocs up on this hill so I can shoot over at those Infernus and Stern Guard. And I moved my Forge Fiend so I can shoot at his Ballista's Dreadnought back there. And lastly, I put my Havocs in this corner so I can get to one of my secondary missions. So now it's the start of my shooting phase. My Forge Fiend is going to shoot at his Ballista's Dreadnought back there. So that he is going to use his Mark of Nurgle. But first, D3 shots. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 shots. 6 shots, but since he's on 1 wound, he gets -1 to hit. But 5s and 6s cause extra hits. All right, not kind of bad. I did get 2 extra hits with that roll, but Strength 10, Toughness 10 Dreadnought, wounding on 4s. All right, not bad. All right, 3 wounds.
Any AP?
AP -3.
-3.
-3.
So you'd be hitting or wounding on 3 then.
Oh, it was 3 wounds.
3.
Yeah.
Just take the 2 out.
All right. So that's 3 damage.
3 damage, alright.
And since Pickles made a Dark Pact, he's going to have to take a Dark Pact leadership test. So got to get a 6, and that's going to kill Pickles. 6s, see if he explodes. He does not explode. No. And that's the end of my shooting phase. It went pretty poor. I shot at them, didn't do any wounds. Pickles died doing 3 wounds to his Dreadnought. I did kill a single Infernus Marine. These guys, their Havocs, all their las cannons rolled 1s. And these Havocs are in the back taking this objective, so they can't really do anything. But now on to the fight phase, and hopefully these guys are going to be able to get into melee on those guys. So rolling declare charge. I got to get like 6 inches. Let's go, 8. He did do Overwatch, which, you know, expected. He only killed 1 guy. So now it's time for this horde of legionaries to use their chain swords and chain blades on those Infernus Marines. 8 legionaries, 4 chain blades each. That's 32 dice. I used Mark of Corn, so 5s and 6s automatically go through the wound roll. Wow.
That's so many 6s.
Nice. All right, so I got 13 5s and 6s, and I have to roll for 7 wounds. So strength 4, wounding on 4s. Not bad either. All right, Ian, you got to make 19 AP minus 1 save. Saving on 4s. Oof. And that killed his entire unit, and I have consolidated on the point. And that lieutenant with combi weapon is looking pretty juicy. But that is the end of my fight phase. So now it's going back to Ian on turn 2. Ian has ended his movement phase. He moved his stern guard up and those Infernus to take that objective. He gained 10 victory points at the start of this turn. He did move his Terminators within line of sight of my Havocs, and I had a really good Overwatch roll, killed 3 of them, and he also moved his Lone Wolf away from my massive blob. So now it's on to his shooting phase. He did preemptively, and I let it slide, shoot his Ballistus Dreadnought before his movement at my Havocs, but you know what? That's all right. We have fun here. And that is the end of Ian's turn 2. Shooting phase. He didn't charge anything. Chipped away at some other units. Didn't do any more wounds to my Havocs. He killed 1 Legionary, and he killed 2 Legionaries and this squad over here with his Stern Guard. And that's the end of my movement phase for turn 2. I deep striked my Obliterators. I'm going to try and kill that Librarian, maybe get that objective off of him. These guys are burning this objective for some extra victory points. I'm sitting at 7 victory points right now. Havocs are moving up. I moved up to contest this objective so that he can't take it, and then my Havocs are sitting back there. So that's the end of my shooting phase. So I tried to get these guys in the fight range, but could not. These guys are going to get to fight in melee. I killed 1 more Terminator, and I killed a few of his Stern Guard veterans. So this is the beginning of turn 3. I have control over this objective at the moment. I managed to wrestle it free with a fight phase, but still burning that objective. So now it's on to Ian's movement phase, and he should be sitting at 5 more command points, or 5 more victory points. So he should be up to 15 right now because he controls this objective still. And that's the end of Ian's movement phase. All he really did was move his Terminators off this objective to get into melee to try and kill these Havocs, and he moved his Lone Wolf around that rock to the side, so he can shoot at those guys. So that's the end of Ian's turn for turn 3. He killed my Havocs, but in his fight phase, he ended up getting one of his guys killed. So now it's my turn. Now we got to make some moves, people. And I am up to 17 victory points because I burned that objective for 5 victory points, and I have more objective control on this objective, so that gives me 10 victory points. The end of my movement phase, I got these guys up into engagement range with his lieutenant. I moved my Obliterators up. They're going to do indirect fire on the shooting phase on his Ballistus Dreadnought, and these guys are just going to sit on that objective. So the Obliterators are going to do Focus Malice, so that's D3 shots. Nice. And Mark of Nurgle, so 5s and 6s are extra hits. All right, not bad, not bad. 12, toughness 10, wounding on 3s. Ooh, not bad. All right. Trying to get 5s. Ooh,
1.
that's 4 times 4, that's 16 damage. And with the Dreadnought dead, the Obliterators can safely get into melee with the Librarian. That's 3-inch charge. Yep, they're in melee. So the Obliterators managed to get into melee with the Librarian. So they get 4 attacks each, hitting on 3s. Ooh, not bad. And wounding on 3s because they're strength 9, he's toughness 5. Wow. Yeah, that's all wound. 7 AP minus 2.
2, 3, 4. So taking 4, how much damage?
2 damage each, so
2
that's
damage
8.
each. Alright, I'm going to do my feel no pain. 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yep.
How much? What do I got to roll?
5s.
5s. What is 4?
Yep.
So he takes 4 damage. Only at 1 health.
That's the end of turn 3. We're on to turn 4. I killed his lone wolf. I got his Librarian and Terminator armor down to 1 wound. And I managed to kill 1 more of those guys. Ian does not get any victory points because he moved off of this objective, and it's his command phase, so he doesn't get any, and he's on that objective, but I have more OC. That's the end of Ian's movement phase. He got his Stern Guard veterans into this battle here, and he has begun burning this objective, cleansing it or whatever. So let's see what happens. Right, so it's the start of my turn, turn 4. I managed to, after Ian fought me, I fought back and I killed his Librarian. So I'm gonna see what I can do. Maybe, oh yeah, and he killed my squad that was sitting on that objective. So I only get 5 victory points at the start of my turn. So I was at 17. So 22. So it's the end of my shooting phase. These guys are scorching this objective, which will get me 10 victory points. And now I am controlling this objective again because I charged them, and now it's the start of the fight phase. Let's see if I can kill them. 24 chain blades, hitting on 3s, lethal hits on 5s and 6s because of Mark of Corn. All right, not bad. So strength 4 chain blades, wounding on 4s. All right, not bad. 7 AP minus 1, saved on 4s. So it looks like 2 die. The Apothecary has his Accursed Crozius, hitting on 2s.
I just have the...
All right, not bad. And wounding on 3s. Oof. All right, so that's still 3 wounds, AP minus 1. All right, that's 2 damage. That's the beginning of turn 5. Ian's sitting at 23 victory points because he cleansed that objective with his Apothecary, but it's not looking good because I control this objective and I am burning this objective, which will give me 10 victory points, and this one will give me 5. But let's see if he can do something, maybe bring back a victory here. And that's the end of Ian's movement phase. He moved on these guys, and I overwatched him and killed his last Terminator. He did not do good in the fight phase either. So I get 10 victory points because I burned your home objective. So that brings me up to 32. And then I have 5 more victory points because I control this objective for my command phase. So that brings me up to 37. I'm going to see if I can finish off Ian's Terminator captain before the end of the game with my Obliterators. Obliterators hit on 3s. Not bad. Oop, that was a 1. And I'll be wounding on 3s. All right, so that's 4 wounds, AP minus 2. Wow. So they're going to live, and I believe that is going to be the end of the game because that's the end of turn 5. So, yeah, let's go to the after action report. That's the end of the game. 37 to, I want to say, what was it, 23? That was a very close game. I'm not going to lie, until I killed your Dreadnought, I was like, I'm probably going to lose this game. I mean, you killed Pickles on turn 1. I probably should have used Dark Obfuscation or whatever it is. But I think this was an amazingly close game. And I think for your, like, what, 3rd game of Warhammer, you've done an amazing job. You've improved so much over the last week. Do you have any thoughts about what you could have done better?
I didn't realize that his 2 down there had the indirect fire thing and killed my Dreadnought, and I was not ready for that, and that lost all momentum for me.
All right. So remember to like, subscribe, and share the video if you enjoyed. And if you didn't, feel free to drop a dislike. We'll see you next time. This has been Tabletop Casuals, our first video.